Um, Good morning. Welcome, welcome. Lots of familiar faces, lots of newer faces, lots of old faces coming back into the studio. This is amazing. I recently met up with a friend, and she was saying that September or fall is almost more of a new year than New Year's itself. Because if you think about it, September is when you see the most amount of change happening. You see all the kids going back to school, you see the kids going off to college, you see everybody going back to work now that summer's over. We're getting back into the swing of things and we're starting to build those routines again. And really want to dive into our practice today is coming back into building your roots. And that's sometimes what I feel that September brings is the chance to rebuild your roots as we start to prepare for the colder months. We're creating this foundation so that we can stay strong through the colder season. So that's what we're going to focus on today is rebuilding our roots and specifically using our root chakra, which is our Muladhara. If you've done my practices earlier in the year, you know that's how I start off is with all the chakras. Um, but this is a chance for you just to be a little more grounded with your practice and start to work your way back to your mat if you have taken a little bit of time away. And if you haven't, then it's just a reset. It's a way for you to recharge and then find your space back on your mat. So close your eyes. You can find something still to gaze at if that's something that you prefer here, and simply do what you need to do to let go of what's coming up in the day, let go of what has already passed, and simply just be. You know, sometimes that is a lot easier said than done as our mind can really wander. But can we perhaps just tune into the larger things around us to fine tune into the present moment? We'll start with the sounds that you hear. If you're in the studio with me, you hear the fans that are running, you hear the sound of my voice. And then start to bring those senses a little more to life. What is it that you smell in the air? Although the eyes may be closed here, what is it that you see? Do you see anything through the eyelids? Maybe that light that's piercing through slightly. It's never fully dark when we're in the studio this morning. Perhaps there's something still left on your palate of a taste, or maybe you haven't had anything this morning quite yet. Is there any residue of a taste on your tongue? Lastly, what is it that you feel here? Not looking for emotionally, but noticing the feelings of your clothing, that touch with the tighter clothing versus the looser clothing, even your hands up against your thighs or your legs, one foot up against the other. Your connection to your mat. Notice your shin bones and your sit bones as they are connected down, rooted. Now that we've fine-tuned it a little bit more, can you observe how the body feels in this moment? That are areas that are tight, that are maybe a little stiff, something that's been giving you a little bit of discomfort. Can you find the other side of that, the lighter side? Look for areas that are feeling relatively good this morning. Tune into your breath, noticing the depth of your inhale without looking to change it, the depth of your exhale, even observing all of your senses together as you take that inhale, the smell, the feeling of the clothes as they move with your breath. Equally, as you exhale, noticing if something softens within you. Our yoga practice is exactly that. It's a practice. It's never perfection. It's never striving to look a certain way or get into crazy balance positions. It's what you feel internally, what it does for you mentally, spiritually. So I invite you today within our practice is to be as grounded as possible and do what feels best for you as we move. Softly bring your hands together at heart center. We'll start off with a nice cleansing breath. Take a big inhale through your nose and exhale side out through your mouth. Take a soft release to your hands, let your eyes open. We're going to stay in a cross-legged position, but you're welcome to switch your feet, especially if you feel one leg kind of going numb. That's typical. You're welcome to stay on your prop here as well if you are on one. And we're going to head into a twist. So we're going to twist to the right side first. That way we can actually get into more of your large intestine. The reason why we twist to the right is so we can start to clear out what's happening internally, just like we would clear out anything that's happening in our mind with our practice. So once you're ready, we're going to move your hands over to the right side, hook your hand to the outside edge and grow tall through the spine, lifting your chin, even pull it back a little bit here. Come back to your breath. Nice steady inhales, steady exhales. Starting to wring things out from the morning, neutralizing the nervous system, getting ready for our practice of being grounded, rooted, finding that foundation. And take a long breath in and a full breath out. Use your inhale to come all the way back to center here, moving over to that left side, bringing your hand to the outside edge of your thigh, your knee. Grow tall through the spine, lift the chin, pull it back slightly here, and breathe. One more long breath in here. Full breath out. Use your inhale. Come all the way back. Give it a little shake out, a little roll out, and then start to make your way into a child's pose. Do what you need to do. Move those props off to the side. Widen your knees as much as you'd like here. Extend your arms forward. Sink your hips back toward your heels. And connect your forehead to the mat here, or even a block if you have that range of motion. Start to root down. While you're here, set an intention for yourself. Connection. Foundation. Stability. Our root chakra is all about stability. Security. With each breath that you take here, let go of any anxiety, fear, feelings of insecurity or negativity about yourself or about others, and just simply connect down. Moving at your own pace here, gently start to shift into your tabletop position and then find some cat-cow movements going with your breath. So as we start to transition, create that foundation first. So the hands are underneath your shoulders, the creases of your wrists in line with the top edge of your mat. The knees are underneath your hips. You can leave your toes tucked or untucked. That's more your own personal preference. Begin with your inhale. Sink your belly down toward the mat. Create a nice big curve into your lower back. Melt your heart forward. Lift your head. Use your exhale. Tuck that tailbone round through the back. Push into your hands as much height as you can and look back. Inhale as you start to sink everything back down, taking it one vertebrae at a time, gently lifting your head at the end. Take your exhale, round, push, let go of any of that fear, any of that anxiety. Inhale, stability, security, groundedness. Exhale, all of it out. A few more cycles with your breath here. Big breath. Take one more full cycle of your breath. Using that exhale to finalize, come back to a nice neutral position. Keep your arms straight. We're going to go through a few cycles of our scapular push-ups. So it's targeting in between your shoulder blades. If you were to watch my shoulders, I'm going to pull them back and then push them forward. And we're essentially going to do that with your hands on the mat. And we want to aim for those arms to stay nice and straight. So just like we did in our cat-cow, melt your heart forward, just isolate through the shoulders. And then just like we did in that cat, without finding that full range of motion, push your hands away into the mat. So melt the heart back forward, your shoulder blades will come together on your back and then push away. A few more times like that. Inhale as you come down, exhale as you push. A few more. Helps to focus on your posture as we reset, getting ready for the colder season. We want to make sure that the upper body is prepared. Last one. Come back to a neutral position. Take another child's pose. If you'd like your first down dog, feel free to push on up. For those of you in your child's pose, now we can start to transition into your downward facing dog. Hike your hips up and do what you need to do here. It's the first one of the morning. You need to walk the dog. Do you want to generously bend your knees? Focus more on your upper body and what feels best for you. Find that foundation that works for you this morning. Your down dog doesn't have to be the same every single time you do it. So what is it that your body is craving? Do you need those hands turned out a little bit? Do you want your feet a little wider? Maybe a bend in your knees? Or maybe you're noticing that down dog is a little harder today and you prefer to take it down a notch. Please honor that within your body and use a child's pose instead. Start to give a generous bend into your knees as you look to your hands, step walk, or let's just do step or walk to the top edge of your mat. We'll avoid the hopping for right now. Take your exhale as you fold, leading with the back of your head. Inhale as you rise up, circle those arms, reach up, look up, and exhale your hands through heart center. Find your Tadasana, root through the feet. Start that foundation nice and low. Even noticing the connection of your feet to the floor. All 10 of your toes. The ball of your foot on the right. The ball of the foot on the left. How much can we get the inside edge of your foot down without tilting your ankles in? The outside edges of your feet. and your heels firmly placed down. Feel the support within you, rooting down. Start to heel toe your feet together, enough that your big toes come to touch, and you can leave a little bit of space in between your ankle bones. Bring an inhale with your arms come all the way up overhead. Keep them there and sit back into your chair. Glue your knees together here. Pull your thumbs back, creating a little bit of heat within your lower body, firing up your core. One more full breath in. Use your exhale to fully fold over. Straighten your legs. You can undo your feet if it feels a little bit better to have them separated. And grab onto your forearms, your opposite elbows. Dangle here. Connect back down into that foundation through your feet. Observe the natural motions that you have here. Do you sway? Do you stay still? Trees have the ability to stay grounded, stay rooted, but still have some freestyle movement. So find it here if that's what benefits you in this position. Gently start to find that neutral position, allowing your hands to come back down toward the mat. Bend your knees as much as you need to plant your hands and step back with the left foot. Left foot is going to come all the way down, so will the knee, and then frame your front foot with your blocks if you would like to have that higher position with your props. If you're comfortable with having your hands a little lower, that's perfectly okay. The intention here is to open out through the hips a little bit deeper here. So I find the blocks add a little bit more of that range of motion. Observe your foundation, making sure that front knee stays over the heel. You have that even distribution in your front foot. Your back foot can be tucked or untucked. Again, that's a personal preference. But we're looking for some sensation along the front edge of the left hip flexor into the quadriceps. Now this is your practice. Do you want to change your lunge in any way? You want to open the foot out a little bit more, having both hands to the outs or the inside edge of your foot. Do you want to lower your arms or your hands down a bit further? As long as it makes you feel something here rather than just aesthetically pleasing yourself. Whatever that is, that sensation that you're feeling here, can you come back to your breath, come back to your senses and breathe into it as we have 5 more cycles of your breath. Take one last breath in. Full breath out. Gradually start to make your way all the way back up, pulling your hips back. We can feel a little fragile coming out of a long folded position like that. So take your time as you do so. Maybe placing your hands back down onto your mat, and take what you need here. Do you want a down dog? Do you want a vinyasa? Do you want a child's pose? Do you want just a tabletop? Observe. Set that foundation that works best for you. Move to the other side, whatever way feels best for your body. So the left leg is going to come forward here. You can come down to your knee first if that helps you get the foot forward. Bring that back knee down. Find your props here to support you if you choose to. And simply settle into the other side and observe this side versus the other. The body can be very asymmetrical. Can we notice that here? Maybe the other side was a little more tight. Create that foundation. Your front foot is equally having that pressure of the ball of the foot, the heel. And come back to your breath. What needs to change on this side, if anything? What do you want to do to your lunge to make it a little more enjoyable for you, other than coming out? Bringing your hand to the inside edge of your foot, sinking down a little bit lower. Honoring this side completely different than the other. About 5 more cycles of your breath. Can you stay present here? It's easy to let the mind wander. It's a challenge just to feel and stay. One more full cycle of your breath. Use your inhale to start making your way back out. And once again, taking what feels best for you. Down dog, child's pose, vinyasa. Slowly inhale, shift into a high plank position and lower to your knees. We're going to practice that chaturanga a little bit here. So again, coming back into the simplest things that can be a little more difficult, but it is part of our practice to kind of reset and come back into that foundation. So ideally, when you do your chaturanga, we'll start with the knees down here and then progress upward. We want to have the hands underneath the shoulders, just like we would in a tabletop position, just slightly wider than your shoulder width. As we come down, the intention is to lead with the heart. You're looking slightly forward here. The elbows are squeezing into the sides of your body. Your belly will come down, your heart will come down, and then you'll feel that tension start to relax. Now keep the elbows hugging into your body. Lift your chin slightly. Inhale to your cobra. Exhale as you come back down. Use your knees to push all the way back up. We're gonna do that 2 more times. So slowly start to hug those elbows in, leading with the heart coming down to the floor all the way. Elbows stay hugging in. Inhale to your cobra. Exhale as you bow. And then push yourself all the way back up. Now, if you do want to work on your full chaturanga, this is where the last one that we can practice that with, where we're hugging those elbows in, the knees are lifted here, but you're still leading with that heart as you come down. Your elbows are going to stay over your wrists. And then inhale into your up dog. Roll over to the tops of your feet. Those hands are still under your shoulders. And then pike yourself up into that down dog. Give a generous bend into your knees. Look to your hands. Step walker hop to the top edge of your mat. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, lead with the back of the head as you rise up, reach up, look up. And exhale your hands to heart center. Take a Tadasana. Connect back into this moment. Really setting our foundation, getting a little bit more into that groundedness, using some salutations. Move nice and slow with your breath. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale as you dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Plant your hands onto the mat and step back into your high plank. Now use that variation of your chaturanga that feels best for you. Lower to the knees, all the way down, or through your full chaturanga into your up dog. Gradually finding your way all the way back into your downward facing dog or that child's pose if that is what feels a bit better for you. Start to shift your weight into your left foot as you inhale the right leg up behind you. Exhale, swing it through and place the foot between the hands. Plug your back heel. Toes are going to point all the way to the left and rise up. Now, before we add in the extras of our warrior two, the foundation needs to be set. So notice your feet. We want to have that front foot in line with the middle of the back foot. The toes can be facing all the way, or you can turn them in depending on how your body is set here. But the intention is to keep that back leg straight and the outer edge of the foot pushing down into the mat. Now bend deeply into your front leg, enough that the heel and the knee are aligned with each other. And if you look down, you can see at least the first 2 toes of your foot. So sometimes with that knee caves in, we want to keep it out. Now tuck that tailbone. This is a big one. I see a lot of us coming into your warrior two here where we're leaning. We want to tuck that tailbone enough that the spine is long and the shoulders are directly over the hips. The last thing to add in are your arms coming out to that T position as you gaze over your right middle finger. Strong and stable, just like your body, just like your mind. Take one more full breath in where you are. Then exhale, windmill your hands all the way back down to your mat. Plant your hands, inhale, step back to your high plank. Lower through your chaturanga, whichever you choose here. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale as you bow. Make your way back into your downward facing dog. Start to shift your weight into your right foot as you inhale the left leg up. Use your exhale, swing it through. Plug the back heel. Toes are pointing all the way to the right and rise up. Now look at your foundation here. Go through that checklist as we did on the other side. Back leg is straight. Front foot, you can see at least the first two toes. Tuck that tailbone. Open out, lengthen through the crown of your head. And then the last thing to add in are your arms. Soften your jaw. Allow your shoulders to come down away from your ears. One more full breath in. Use your exhale, windmill your hands all the way back down. Square yourself to the top edge of your mat as you step forward. Exhale as you fold. Lead with the back of the head. Inhale as you rise up. And exhale your hands through heart center. Once again, take a Tadasana. Connect. Stay rooted. Notice if those roots are getting any deeper here. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, dive down. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower. Move through your vinyasa. Go with your breath. Shift your weight into your left foot. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, swing it through. This time we're going to hop that back foot forward enough that you can plant your back heel and rise up facing the top edge of your mat. So warrior one, a little bit different than warrior two, is the intention here is to keep your hips nice and square to the top edge of your mat. So pulling that right hip back and the left hip forward is going to allow for that nice square evenness. Now, just like we did in our warrior two, grow tall through the spine of your head, or the spine through the head, the top of the head. Bend into your front leg and then bring your arms up above. If it's a little too aggressive on the shoulder, we can also find your cactus arms, making sure that we're honoring anything that's feeling a little discomfort today. And you might be feeling a lot more through the back of that back leg. Breathe into it. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring your hands all the way back down. Move through your vinyasa. And shift your weight into your right foot. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, swing it through. Hop that back foot forward enough that you can plant the heel, maybe opening your feet a little bit wider to the edges of your mat and rise up. Now pull that right hip forward, the left hip back. Feel that evenness of your hip bones as you reach your arms up or even back into those cactus arms if it feels better for you. Again, both sides of the body are very asymmetrical, so notice this side. We're not looking for depth. That's not the purpose here. We're looking for sensation. We're looking for feeling. And take a full breath in. Use your exhale to bring your hands all the way back down. Good. Step forward to the top edge of your mat. Stay here. Roll up the top edge of your mat. You can bend your knees as much as you need to until the mat has a nice amount of height that you can place the balls of your feet on top of that roll. Now keep the head below the heart because that's where we started with this process. If we start to come up and down, that plays with our blood pressure. That being said, if you do have any blood pressure issues, please keep your head above your heart. You can even have your hands on blocks or on your shins. And if you're good to fold over here, start to create that even distribution of weight on the balls of your feet and on the heels. You can also come back into hooking your arms together here, swaying side to side. The target area of this stretch, this particular position, is the backs of the legs down into your calf region. It feels that it might be better for you. You can also bend a little bit more into your knees, gluing your belly to your thighs. And start to give a soft release to your arms, allowing your hands to come back down to the mat. Step one foot off, step the other foot off. Let the mat naturally roll out, and like a rag doll, one vertebrae at a time, slowly roll yourself back up. Again, try not to go quickly here. Feeling that foundation, those roots are nice and deep as you rise up. Pull the shoulders back, lift your gaze, and turn your palms forward. Now that we have these deep roots, let's work on our tree. Shift your weight into your left foot, pick up your toes, spread them nice and wide. Level one for that tree. If we want to stay grounded, maybe you're still practicing that balance, keep the ball of the foot down onto the mat and bring your heel up against your ankle. Stay here if you choose. If you want to go a little further, that foot will come to the inside edge of your calf. Level three, picking that foot up all the way above the knee. We want to avoid the knee in general here, as that's a joint. We don't want to put that pressure into the joint. Whichever level that you're in, focus on that outer left hip. Pull it in, keep the hips nice and square, and open that knee out a little bit more. Now, as I mentioned before in our first forward fold, the tree has the ability to move and stay grounded. So maybe you're practicing just that stability, as that's what our Muladhara is all about. Or maybe testing out some of that movement that you see even as you look out the window. If you can, go with me here. Inhale, circle the arms all the way up. Exhale your hands to heart center and softly release the foot back down. Beautiful. Other side. Placing the right foot down. Spread your toes nice and wide. It creates more of that base of support, so deeper roots, bigger roots. Find your level on this side. Just like we saw in our lunge position, the body can be very different as we transition here. Whatever level that you're in, pull that hip in, keep the hips nice and square, open that knee. Maybe testing those roots out with some movement. Maybe you're noticing this side just needs a little bit more of that focus, that stability. Go with me if you can here. Inhale, circle the arms all the way up. Exhale your hands to heart center and release your foot back down. And shake it out. Keep your blocks nearby. And stack them and have them ready. I'm going to continue to face you. You're welcome to stay at the top edge of your mat or even at the middle of your mat. I want you to widen your feet, wider than your hips, and then turn your toes out just slightly here. So more to the edges of your mat. We're going to work our way into a squat. So that'll give you a little bit of a range of what to expect with your feet. Now, typically with a squat position, you can come down a little bit more if your feet are wider. The intention of our squat is to keep the heels down onto the mat. So some of us may need to roll up the mat or place something underneath our heels just to have some more of that range of motion. We can also sit on our props. So for me personally, I know I have an ankle injury. I know that that range of motion isn't entirely there. So to work on it, sitting on your props, finding that squat position and your elbows to the inside edges of your knees will help get you to that point. And again, observe here, the heels, we want to keep them down. So use that blanket, roll up your mat, or soften, use those blocks to support you. Sometimes it's enough to open the feet a little bit more. This is a very primal position that is beneficial for your digestion, for your posture, and your overall body strength. Something that we should be working on every single day. Use this opportunity not just to notice how hard it may be, but to connect yourself with this specific pose. Notice your elbows to the inside edges of your knees. Notice if you can pull your shoulders back a little bit more, lift your gaze. Take one more full cycle breath in, one more full cycle breath out. Place your hands onto the floor in front of you. Lift your hips up into the air. Let it out. Move your props off to the side. Stepping back into your downward facing dog. And eventually finding a child's pose. So whichever route you choose to get to that point, take it. Once we're in your child's pose, connect that forehead back down into your mat. Feel how grounded you are in this moment. And gently start to walk your hands over to the right side, feeling that nice stretch to the left side of the body. Use your inhale to come all the way back through center and exhale over to the other side. Use your inhale once again to come back to center. Take a full exhale right in the middle. And then use your next inhale to walk your hands back toward your legs. Now, targeting our hero pose, this one can be quite intense on the knees. So I encourage you to, again, use your blocks if you do have any of that knee sensation. And we can sit on your knees to make sure that we don't have so much of that tension. Now, hero pose is where we're getting into more of this curvature in your back as we start to lean back. The intention is to keep the knees together and down as much as you can. So find what works best for you. You can also sit on a bolster if you want something a little bit softer than a block. But the idea is to have the tops of the feet down onto the mat, just on the outside edges of your thighs. You're creating this space between your feet to sit down in between. I know some of us probably have some of that range of motion that we can get all the way down there. If this is your stopping point, I want you to observe and just stay as you are. If you do want to progress, that's where bringing your hands behind you is going to help to create some more of that sensation, even walking your hands back further and further, taking it down to your forearms if you would choose to here. But again, keep it more of that sensation, making you feel better rather than aesthetically getting lower into the pose. Lots of areas we might be feeling some of that stretch and sensation. Tops of the feet, tops of the ankle, in through the thighs, the knees, maybe even into the lower back. So if any of that is too intense, please come out, prop yourself up, take a break. Take 3 more cycles of your breath. Last one. And use your inhale to slowly start to come all the way out. Pull that block out from underneath you or your prop. Start to shift your weight onto one hip and have your legs come out in front of you. Bring the soles of your feet together here. Create a long diamond with your legs and start to round forward. When we connect our hero pose with our butterfly pose, it helps to release the lower back here. So it's natural to feel a bit of a pop sensation when you pair these two together. That's your L5 and your S1. So the bottom of your lumbar spine, right at the top of your sacrum, can often be fused together if we don't stretch it or work it enough with movement, with stretching, with poses like yoga. Staying here for about 5 more cycles of your breath. Look for areas of the body that we can soften a little bit further, relaxing your hands, your jaw, your shoulders. Stay exactly as you are. Take one full breath in and a full breath out. Move with your inhale, softly lifting your head, pushing yourself all the way back up to a seated position. Very, very common to feel fragile in your lower back region. So go slow here, bringing your hands back behind you, widen your feet to the edges of your mat, and knock your knees side to side, or maybe finding some similar movement, something to offer you that is different from this. Coming back up into your seated position, finding your what's known in yin as deer, or a 90-90 as it's also called. Having your right foot in front of you, looking for these 90-degree bends or L shapes in your legs. So this is one that you'll notice that one hip is elevated, the other hip is down. We can also prop yourself up with that right side if you need to here with something maybe minor, maybe not as high as a full block, but if you have that foam chip block or a blanket, just to help even out the hips a little bit more here. Now we're going to start by coming forward. So bringing your chest toward that front shin and moving yourself toward your foot is what's really going to help increase that sensation. So find that sweet spot that works for you, typically feeling it in the outside edges of your right hip. A lot of our poses today have really been tying into the lower back region, the spine, even into the groin, as that is where our Muladhara chakra rests, is at the very base of your spine. Take one more long breath in where you are. Full breath out. And as you rise up here, come to a nice neutral position and then walk yourself over to the right side, getting into a bit of a twist. Start to come all the way back to neutral. Two ways that we can transition. The first is obviously to switch the feet. The second is you can rotate on your heels over to face the other way. I will bring you back, I promise. Support yourself with that prop if you need to elevate your back or your one hip, your outside hip, and then come down, hinge, Feeling the difference on this side. Typically, the left side is a lot more tight than the other if this is your non-dominant leg forward. Take a full cycle of your breath here. Slowly rise all the way back up, turning over to the left side. And bring it back to neutral. If you did pivot on your heels, come to face the top edge of your mat. And we're going to lay down. So grab what you need here. We have just a few more poses left, but whatever that you would like for your Shavasana, please make sure you have it nearby. Finding your way into your constructive rest position, taking your time, any extra movements that you'd like to get there as well. Keep your left foot down, cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh, and push the knee open for a few cycles of your breath. Flex your right toes so they're pulling back toward your knee. And staying here if this feels appropriate for you. Otherwise, we can start to draw your legs in toward you, keeping that figure four, interlacing your hands behind your left leg. Your figure four, it does target those outer hips again, but maybe you want to add a little bit extra, perhaps straightening out your left foot or your left leg, creating some circles. You do you. If you get to that point, you feel like you want more of that stretch back into your hip region, you can bend the leg back down. Give a soft release to your hands. Bring your foot back down, uncross. Roll your shoulders underneath your chest, getting ready for your first bridge lift. As you push into your feet, lift your hips up into the air, squeeze your glutes, open your palms. Pay attention to your knees here, that they're not caving outward or inward. We want to keep them neutral, almost like headlights pointing straight out. Use your next exhale to bring your hips all the way back down. Keeping your right foot planted, cross your left foot over, push the knee open, flex the toes back. Once again, staying here if this is what pleases you. Otherwise, you can start to pull the legs in towards your chest. Interlace your hands behind your right leg. Finding what works best for you on this side. Do you need more of that hip stretch? Do you want to extend the foot or the leg up? Create some circles. Place the foot back down, uncross your legs, roll your shoulders a little bit more underneath your chest, push into your feet, pick your hips back up, maybe even reaching for your hands underneath you as you interlace and straighten your arms. Pay attention to your knees here. Those headlights are still facing forward. Release your hands and slowly lower the hips back down. Hug your knees into your chest. Often feels nice to rock it out side to side here. Allowing your knees to fall to the right side, supporting yourself with any props that you need, something between your knees, underneath. Your gaze can be straight up or perhaps looking over your left shoulder if that feels appropriate for your neck. Look for areas to soften here. Allow your body to relax through the spines. Twist things out again. Come back to your breath. I'll bring your head back to neutral and start to pull one leg up at a time, the left and then the right. Re-squaring your hips if they have become a little more off-centered. Taking some movement, some motion before we transition to the other side at your leisure. You can slowly start to lower those legs over to the left. Taking your time to bring your head back, pull one leg up, pull the other leg, and take any last minute movements you'd like here before our final resting pose, pairing that up with our pranayama, our breath work. Taking the time to find comfort, ease, stability, grounding yourself back down to your mat and relaxing your body to its fullest. And with your pranayama, we'll take it back to the foundation, our Samavriti, where we'll inhale to the count of 4 and exhale to the count of 4 as we look for some nice long, steady breaths in through the nose and long, steady breaths out through the nose. And as always, a little disclaimer for your breath work. If anytime you start to feel anxious or you can't catch your breath, please stop the breath control and let your body just breathe naturally. We'll start off with a nice cleansing breath here. Take a full breath in through your nose and exhale side out through your mouth. We'll inhale through the nose to begin. 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the nose. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 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 2, 3, 4. 2 more. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. And start to come back into the natural rhythms of your breath. Feeling the roots beneath you, grounded, strong, stable. And slowly start to bring yourself back to your body, and back to some sensations in your fingers, in your toes. And letting those motions get a little bit bigger with each breath that you take here, circling out your wrists, circling out your ankles, maybe reaching your arms up above your head, stretch out from head to toe. And start to draw your knees in toward your chest, giving yourself a nice big hug. Rolling over to your right side, allow your heart to settle. And keeping a soft gaze, your eyes remaining closed, push back up into your comfortable seat. Some view this time of the year as more of our new year than January. It's an opportunity for you to start a little more fresh as we head into fall and autumn, seeing all the new growth around you as everybody starts to go back to school, back to work, back into routine. And can we come back to our practice and set that foundation for yourself leading into the next coming week? Whatever that looks like for you, I encourage you to stay rooted, stay grounded. Know that you have stability, even if sometimes it feels unstable. Always a pleasure having all of you join me this morning. Namaste.